There's a movement in the House of Representatives right now to change the name of Greenland to Red, White, and Blue Land. That is not a joke. A congressman from Georgia. U.S. foreign relations right now are completely insane. He wants to turn Gaza into some Trump-themed planned living community. The kid's, he's being a kid, and he starts picking his nose.
Between now and next year.
Breaking news, Trump declares war on paper straws. In a shocking turn of events, the former president has decided that the real threat to America isn't climate change or economic inequality, but those pesky paper straws that go soggy in your Diet Coke. Meanwhile, Elon Musk showed up to the White House looking like a Q-tip next to Trump's traffic cone head. It's like a bad joke walked into the Oval Office, and somehow it's our reality. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Alright folks, buckle up because we're about to dive into the wild world of Trump's latest crusade. While the rest of us are worried about trivial things like the economy or healthcare, our fearless leader has set his sights on a far more pressing issue, the great straw debate of 2023. Picture this, Trump sitting in the Oval Office surrounded by his top advisors. He's got that look in his eye, you know the one. It's the same look he gets when he's about to tweet something totally bonkers at 3 a.m. But this time he's not reaching for his phone. No, he's reaching for a straw? That's right, folks. While the world is literally on fire, Trump has decided that the real enemy we should be fighting is the dreaded paper straw. He's even considering declaring a national emergency over it, because nothing says presidential priorities quite like waging war on bendy tubes. But wait, there's more. Trump, in all his infinite wisdom, has decided that paper straws are actually worse for the environment than plastic ones.
U.S. foreign relations right now are completely insane. He wants to turn Gaza into some Trump-themed planned living community. I hope you find some government waste in there. Don't get it on the Diet Coke button. Trump also answered questions about Canada. This thing with Canada started, it kind of seemed like it was a joke. Straws in the first place is because plastic straws wind up in the ocean and they kill marine life, which I guess is another argument, Trump, of sucking. Elon Musk was at Trump's side today.
Trust me, he says, I'm a very stable genius. Well, if he says so, it must be true, right? I mean, who needs actual scientists when you've got a guy who thinks windmills cause cancer? To back up his claims, Trump has called in an expert, Dr. Suss from the Institute of Ridiculous Studies, not to be confused with Dr. Seuss, although the rhymes are equally nonsensical, has weighed in on the matter. Dr. Suss, sporting a lab coat covered in pictures of tiny plastic straws, nodded vigorously as Trump spoke, occasionally interjecting with profound statements like, "Straw's good, tree's bad." But our straw-in-chief isn't stopping there. Oh no, he's considering banning all drinks that require straws. That's right, milkshake lovers, your days of slurping deliciousness through a tube are numbered. Trump was heard muttering, "If I can't have my Big Mac smoothie, nobody can." The climax of this strawma came when Trump, with all the pomp and circumstance befitting such a momentous occasion, signed an executive order banning paper straws. And because irony is dead and buried in Trump's America, he signed it with, you guessed it, a plastic straw.
There's a movement in the House of Representatives right now to change the name of Greenland to Red, White, and Blue Land. That is not a joke. A congressman from Georgia.
To restore democracy.
So much warmth, it's like a grandfather.
I love Canada. I have so many friends in Canada, you can't count them. Wayne Gretzky, I love Wayne Gretzky. I love so many people. I love their tradition. I love their ice hockey.
Any other Canadian stereotypes you want to mention? I love their syrup, I love their mousse, I love the Zamboni.
Meanwhile, in the real world, actual environmental scientists are facepalming so hard they might actually time travel back to a period when science was respected. One exasperated researcher was overheard saying, "I spent years studying climate change, and this is what we're talking about." Well, folks, it looks like the White House just got a new playground buddy. Elon Musk, the man who's determined to make Mars the hottest vacation spot, decided to bring his 4-year-old son along for a visit to the Oval Office. Because nothing says serious business meeting like a toddler running around the seat of American power, right? As Musk and his mini-me strolled in, Trump's eyes lit up like he'd just discovered a new type of spray tan. The big cheese himself was so excited about the tiny visitor that he couldn't help but crack a joke. "Look at us," Trump chuckled. "We're like a Q-tip next to a traffic cone." Well, at least he's self-aware about his unique skin tone.
A well-known hater of sharks doesn't buy.
I don't think that plastic's going to affect the shark very much as they're munching their way through the ocean.
Elon took questions from the Oval Office with his son. He brought his son. And look at Trump's orange, angry face next to sheet white Elon Musk. It's like a Q-tip next to a traffic cone. Like Pac-Man, they're just munching their way through the ocean. That degree in marine biology is really coming in handy. Listen, the fact of the matter is Trump loves plastic.
But the real fun started when Musk decided to pitch his latest brilliant idea. "Hey Donald," he said, probably while twirling his mustache, "what if we turn the White House into a giant Twitter server?" Because that's exactly what America needs right now. More tweets and less actual governing. Trump, being the tech-savvy genius he is, got a bit confused. He started asking Musk if he could buy Twitter again, just so he could ban it. Looks like someone's still a bit salty about losing his favorite megaphone. Maybe we should introduce him to the revolutionary concept of, I don't know, talking to people face to face. Meanwhile, Musk's son was busy doing what kids do best, being brutally honest without even trying. While the adults were chattering about nonsense, the little guy was picking his nose with the determination of a miner searching for gold. And let's be real, he probably found more substance up there than in the entire meeting. As the bizarre playdate came to an end, Trump had one last stroke of genius. He turned to Musk and said, "Hey, can I borrow your kid for future press conferences? He's more articulate than me." Well, Donnie boy, when you're right, you're right. At least the kid's vocabulary isn't limited to tremendous, huge, and fake news. Well, folks, it seems our favorite orange-tinted president is at it again, this time setting his sights on the Great White North.
The kid's, he's being a kid and he starts picking his nose.
Between now and next year, what is the goal of Doge and I think a significant part of this of presidency is
4 years old, and as you can see, Trump was super excited to have the kid there. The idea of making Canada a state, but it's getting weirder and he's continuing to dig in on this.
Trump's love for Canada is apparently so deep, he's got so many friends up there. Who knew? Maybe they're all named Moose and live in igloos. But wait, there's more. Grumpy Trumpy's not content with just making imaginary Canadian buddies. He's got his sights set on bigger, icier targets. Apparently there's a movement in Congress to rename Greenland. You heard that right. They want to call it Red, White, and Bland, because nothing says America like slapping our colors on someone else's country, right? Late night hosts are having a field day with this nonsense, calling it completely insane. But let's be real, in the land of Trump, insanity is just another day at the office. At this rate, we might wake up tomorrow to find out he's trying to build a wall around the North Pole to keep out those pesky elves.